The Marching Roundtable's appearance at Carolina Crown Spring Training was made possible by Fred J. Miller Incorporated, found at fjminc.com.
Is it going? Okay, let me make sure this is going.
Going.
It's going.
Going. Going.
I'm going to start right here, and then I'm going to get out of the picture, okay? Hey everybody, this is Tim. I'm at Crown Spring Training with these two knuckleheads. Is that what you said? Michael Klesch, Matt Harloff. How are you guys? How are you?
We're good, Tim. How are you?
Doing great.
I am so excited. I got to hear some of the music today already, and I want to start by doing this. I got to move this. I want to start by saying this. This was my face after hearing the ballad for the first time. Okay, so it's like a spectacular. So congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna now move out of the picture because nobody wants to see me, and that way I won't be doing this the whole time and looking over your shoulder because it's kind of creepy, isn't it? So
awesome.
Thank you guys for taking time to talk to me. What's going on right now in spring training? The horn line's warming up before rehearsal tonight?
Yeah. About ready to do an ensemble rehearsal after a full day of learning some drill and putting some things together and working hard and all of that stuff. So yeah, you know, kind of a normal spring training day for us, which would be, you know, start in the morning 8:30 or 9 with some physical training, and then visual rehearsal. We do a brass focus rehearsal in the afternoon, working on music and fundamentals and all that kind of stuff, and then you know, putting some things together in the evening with the full core. So yeah, they're getting ready to do that right now. Yep.
And so where are we in the process of putting the whole show together, Michael?
They have about half of the show on the field. They learned the very end of the second production today, and I think they have the first half of the ballad like kind of produced that they're doing that. So tonight we'll be recording the last part of the show to make that for Jeff and the color guard staff and the coordinators.
So I get to hear more of the show?
Yeah, he's going to hear everything before he goes.
So that's awesome. The horn line sounds fantastic.
Cool.
Are they on track where they normally are, Matt?
You know, it's hard for me
it's a
to
terrible
really.
thing for me to ask you.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's hard for me to really gauge that because I'm always focused on the year. You know, I always work. You know, I have like, okay, this is this year, and this is what we need to do to make sure that this becomes great. But I will tell you, you know, there's a sense and there's an energy within the horn line that we are very strong for this time of year. The brass line is extremely talented and getting stronger. These first 2.5 weeks have been, they've done an incredible job. Our visual team's done a great job training them, getting them stronger, getting the muscle stronger and all that. So yeah, there does seem to be an energy and a sense that, you know, we are stronger than normal. But I will tell you that, you know, I always work on this year. It's like I kind of have my blinders on and just kind of focus on what, you know, we got from year to year. So
that makes sense.
And I think with what they have to do also, I think they're doing really well with that. Because each production brings something different to the show, and they have a lot on their plate. There's a lot of stuff that they're playing. They have a lot of variety to what they're playing. It requires a lot from them from a performance standpoint. So for me, like it was 2 nights ago, you know, we did a run through of that first half of the show, and we got to the end of that, and I was like giggly happy. I mean, it was cool. It's hard stuff. There's a lot in it, and they did it really well. No metronome on the field. I mean, it's like they're doing great.
That's really early. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Well, we're working towards doing that more. I mean, it's like you don't use that when you perform. So you know, we're just trying to do it a little bit differently and removing the crutch earlier and teaching them to be more independent by themselves. And
it's early. I think that they're like that, rocking it that great already.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm telling you, I'm surprised, like in a very good way. I'm surprised. So
that's awesome.
I think a lot of that goes to the testament of, you know, the fundamentals. You know, both visually, musically, and with the percussion as well. So it's, you know, we use the metronome as not as a crutch, but as a tool to help us do well. But then we train them to use what they're supposed to use, and sometimes that's their eyes to get the tempo. We try to train that early on so we can get the, like as Michael said, the crutch out sooner.
Yeah, so. and we had a good design winter. You know, like that part of it really helped. I mean, we we have a great time as a design team, so that part is really enjoyable. But we had 3 of the productions done earlier than we probably have in a long, long time. So that helped. And then what that also afforded us was the last production. It's very different from anything that we've done probably. So it afforded us time to really craft the form of it and what we wanted to do with it and who we wanted to feature and how we wanted to feature that. And then as the piece moves, it moves farther and farther away from what it originally is into what we craft it to be. So it gave us time to do that. Like, actually, we're still doing that. Matt wrote today, like there's a lyrical feature in it that we do with the brass, and we talked about trying to do more with the end of it. So I said, you're hearing something, take the score, go and work on it. And he came up with some really cool stuff that we just taught them today. So
really,
it's been fun. Yeah, it's been very fun.
Yeah, the last production.
Look at you. You're like
no, I'm not.
Really?
I'm not. Sorry, you can't see my face over here like you want to. No, like that's very cool. Like you guys have worked together for such a long time, so successfully. So you can kind of like. No, but really, like. You're both looking at me.
Speechless.
No, so like. How did that work, Matt? You had an idea and you sort of jotted it down and you guys formulated it together, or sort of?
Well, let me back up by saying that Michael has been, you just mentioned we've worked together for a long time. Michael has always been inviting for not only me, but for the whole brass staff about, hey, do you guys have any ideas? What are some things that we could do? What's music that we can play? What is something, and ultimately, for me, it's like, I'm not sure if I could come up with the idea, but I hope that I can trigger something. So sometimes like, hey, what about this? What about
He's
this?
like, I'm not the idea guy. I don't like this and this and this, and I don't like that and that and that. I'm like, well, what do you got? They're like, well, I'm not the creative guy, but he has ideas though. Like, he doesn't give himself enough credit, but he has some really great ideas.
You don't think of yourself as an idea guy?
No.
More of like a technical, get him to play kind of guy?
But he is, and I knew he was hearing something. Like, the more he talked about it, I was like, he's hearing something. And I'm like, well, take the file and do what you're hearing. So, and a lot of times it happens like that. Frank Sullivan will do the same thing. Like, he'll generate an idea, and then I hear something, and I'm like, oh man, but we can go and do this with it. And it just works out that way.
But that's just collaboration of really smart people that know what they're doing.
I don't know that we're really smart, but we like collaborating.
And we love working with each other.
Yeah.
So that's why you do Drum Corps. That's why I would love continue working with this guy for another 20 years. So.
Well, that's actually one of the questions. He's laughing at that.
Well, eventually in 20 years we'll be in Disney World retired.
That's correct.
That's true.
We'll be working on the monorail.
That's right. God, I always thought that would be such a fun job.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I know that, and I want to be the guy who takes care of the rose garden around Cinderella's castle. That's my other dream job.
I don't know about the thorns, man.
I love them. I
really?
love roses.
You love roses?
Yeah, my grandfather. I used to do the garden with him when we were kids.
Really?
Loved it. Yeah.
Well, you should look into it.
I'm telling you.
Well, for me, if I'm not going to be a monorail guy, I could drive one of the boats. But I also wouldn't mind being third shift janitor, where I'm making Magic Kingdom look spotless, and I'm hanging out when no one's in there, and
you got the place to yourself, basically.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, I can see.
And still the lights are still on, and there's the castle, and there's the Walt Disney statue and all that,
Yep.
and I'm shining that up for the day. So I would like that one too.
I like that. That's quite the romantic thing. I actually have a friend that worked there forever, and he always wanted to drive He always wanted to do the spiel when you take you to your car,
Oh, yeah.
And so he actually learned it, and they let him do it one day. He went out. Yeah, it was
awesome.
great. That's fun.
Made a dream come true.
Yeah. So maybe you'll do roses, and you'll be.
Third shift janitor.
That's right.
Awesome.
So before we go, Matt, I want to ask you, one of the really cool things that's happening is your son is in the horn line this year. So can you talk about that?
Yeah. Well, Michael he's been a big part of our family for a long time, so I'm glad it means a lot when he comes up to me and says, dude, Tyson's out there. So
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, that is a thrill beyond what I could have imagined. And yeah, it's been awesome he just graduated high school, and it was weird, we drove to every camp this year, which was fun just because I wanted to spend time with him. And because I know in a year from now that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
he's gonna do his own thing.
That's right.
And all that, but yeah, going to camps, that's one thing, and that's cool and all. But when the other weekend when I was here, and and I've been to Gardner Webb for I don't know how many years we've been here, a while. It's just we're always here, and this is this time of year and all that. And you know, when you see him out there, it's just like, whoa. And he's out doing the drill, and, you know, he's doing the opener, and there he is, and all that.
Yeah.
It's a thrill. I knew it would be great. I knew it would be awesome, but it was, like I said, a thrill beyond what I thought it was going to be. So I'm excited to experience this with him. But as a father, I'm also, you know, Tom Hannum, he said this a long time ago. He said, imagine if there was some sort of a law that made every young person in America do drum corps for 1 year. What our society how our society might be different.
That's great.
And I will tell you, as a father, I'm excited for him to go through this activity. It has taught me so much. And, you know, not just, I mean, ultimately it ended up helping me do what I do, but for him, and he won't go down the road I went down, but it will help him in whatever he's going to do. And so, you know, as a father, there's that, but then the other side of the father, you know, being his biggest fan, you know, that's also going to be a thrill unlike that I will never forget for sure. I'm glad he'll be there too to experience.
I got
it.
weepy last night. I was watching Tyson down on the field, you know, and he's this dude now. And I remember, like, we went on a Disney cruise eons ago. Our first one, it was a Christmas cruise, and a bunch of us, the Van Dorns went, Ralph Hardiman went with us. That was awesome. And
cool.
We all went with our families. And Bobby and Tyson, my son Bobby and Tyson, they're like these little knuckleheads running around the cruise ship, getting in trouble, and you know, everything's Stu. This is Stu. And now I look at Tyson, I'm like, he's this guy, and he's going to graduate, and what a great young man he is, and he's going to college, and it made me like, it made me weepy.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's really cool. I mean, I saw him out there today marching around, and he actually, when I was on the field, he came by and said hello, which was awesome. And he does look exactly like you. You know, you get that a lot.
Poor kid, he looks like me, but he gets the nice guy side from his mom for sure. But he's such a nice guy to do that. So.
Well, it's awesome.
But yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm glad I get to share that with Michael.
Yeah,
and,
that's gonna be fun.
That's wonderful.
It's gonna be really exciting.
Well, I think it's going to be a fantastic summer. I think everybody's going to love the show. I'm really excited being here today. Thank you for taking time to talk to me. But I'm excited because everything I've seen and hearing is like, wow.
It was fun watching you watch and listen to it.
You didn't see me get all weepy, did you?
No, but like
I was trying not to like bawl.
It's been fun to see people. Like we had a clinic this weekend for drum majors and stuff like that, and so there was a lot of parents and kids in the stands and like that. And watching them react to the show, like we were only halfway done with it, and I was like, okay, we're on the right track because they really loved it. You could tell, and it was fun to watch them watch the show.
And what's great about all that, I'll just piggyback that by saying it's been fun being close to the members and how much they enjoy performing the show and playing the show and getting stronger and all that. So that has also been fun for them to enjoy. They make so many sacrifices in many different ways, financially and time and leaving their families and so on and so forth. And to see them excited about this and their eyes light up and they're like, this is going to be awesome, you know, you know, the day before Christmas kind of thing. You know, it's great it's fun to see that in them, that they're that excited about it as well.
Well, you want to give them that fantastic drum corps experience, and you guys are doing it. And there seems to be something in the air here. So I'm excited for you guys.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking time to talk to me.
Sure.
It was
Thank you.
awesome. Great
Thank
job.
you.
Find other interviews and videos from top DCI designers, instructors, and marchers, behind-the-scenes videos, interviews, and podcasts from winter camps, spring training, traveling during the season, and performances, all at marchingartseducation.com/DCI-2019. The Marching Roundtable is proud to be an official media partner of Drum Corps International.